Being a great producer is not about how many expensive plug-in bundles you own. It's not about the expensive microphone you use. And it has even less to do with the recording environment that you make music in. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the #1 job of a music producer, and it's probably not what you think. What's up and welcome back to the channel. My name is Forrest Whitehead. I created this YouTube to help songwriters produce better records from home. And with that being said, today's video I want to discuss your #1 job, or what you should be most focused on as a producer. And to really understand what I'm trying to say here, I want to ask you a question. Listen to the last track that you worked on and ask yourself, does this make me feel something? Even mute the vocal in the session. Listen through the different sections of your song, how it goes from the intro to the verse, to the pre, into the chorus. Be honest with yourself if you're taking your listener on a journey, because really that's your #1 job as a producer. Not only are you taking your listener on a musical journey throughout your track, but really it's an emotional journey. Your #1 job as a music producer is to inject as much emotion into that track as possible. Now this comes from tracking the artist's vocal, doing the vocal comp, layering the different layers of instruments. And if you want to learn how to put more emotion into your tracks, you really need to focus on two things. If you really put your focus in making sure that your track has plenty of contrast and musical hooks that support the lead vocal, I guarantee your tracks will reach that next level of professional quality, and that's what I want to show you in today's video. I don't know what's right, I don't know what's wrong. That melody right there is a huge musical hook. So before I layered drums, before I did anything else, I actually pulled up one of my favorite steel plugins and I printed down this lick right here. Give it a listen. That melody is a complete mirror of the vocal melody that's happening at the top of the chorus. So choosing an instrument like a steel guitar to double that melody, to really lift it out of the mix, this is what's going on in the chorus. And while we're on the topic of contrast, notice how busy and all these acoustic instruments that are all over the mix in this chorus. Whenever I go to a verse section, it really dries up. So listen for the drums, listen to the acoustics, or the lack thereof acoustics when it comes to this verse section. I'll take you out of a chorus into a verse to kind of give you a taste of the dynamics, and then we're going to break down exactly what's going on. All right, I want to make sure you didn't miss it there, but in that verse, we have a complete different drum arrangement. I have this loop kit, and this is from 40's very own drums and the new Complete. I love this loop kit. And I want to go over some of the trial and error process that I went through before I ended up with these layers for this drum arrangement. Let me show you what that sounds like. So that's a superior ride cymbal, and I used the kick and snare from this Thomas Pridgen Mixwave kit. Now, how I usually come up with a Frankenstein kit like this, I'll have all types of drum libraries pulled up in my production template. And sometimes I'll use a kick from one, a snare from the other, and cymbals from Superior usually sound the best to me. Just to kind of give you another understanding why I made that decision for the contrast of this track, let me just play the Superior kit on this chorus. So if I just stuck with the Superior kit, that's what it sounded like. But when I blend the mixed wave with the Superior cymbals, this is what I get. And notice when we go to that outro, the drums completely disappear. So to me, I have three snapshots of drums here. I have the loop style drums, I have the huge kit style drums, and I have no drums at all. These are three different scenes. And when I break down each section of my production, I find this happening a lot. So whenever I go to my bass guitar here, you notice at the beginning, in this verse, we have just the simple bass part happening, played on a real bass guitar. But notice the bass is going to disappear on this pre-section, and I have this sub drop. Listen. That's what's going to happen. So again, the two snapshots of bass that I'm using is bass guitar in and bass guitar out. And to create that transition of going from where there is a bass to no bass, I add this simple sub drop transition. Also a loop happens. The loop starts here. We have this cool pad happening. That only one spot in the song. Okay, I got a weird comparison here, but you as a producer, you're an artist. And what you're providing with your track is the canvas for that songwriter or that artist vocal to sit on top of. So even if you mute the vocal in your track and you listen to the different sections, you should be able to tell an obvious difference. Okay, we're in a verse, we're in a pre-section. Different instruments are coming in and being taken away, using different drums in your verse from your chorus, different samples throughout. And this goes all the way up to the mixing process, using different processing with automating reverbs and different styles of compression and so many things that I really can't dive all into in this video. What I really want you to take away from this video is it doesn't matter the equipment that you're working with, more so than your decisions as a producer of where to add this instrumental part, or what part do I need to double with another instrument to really bring it out of the mix. And if you find yourself considering, do I have enough contrast? Do I have enough musical hooks in this track? That's what's going to take your listener on a journey. And whenever you send this track back to the artist, and when they hit you back and said, oh my gosh, this track sounds amazing, that's the reaction that you're going for. What you want is you want to inject more emotion into your tracks. That's what makes an interesting track. That's what takes your listener on a journey. And that's what I want you to take away from this video today. I appreciate you guys hanging out to the end of the video. If you want to take the next step with learning music production with me, make sure to check out trackingaday.com.